And then you're gonna come onto the roller. Yep, and then you're gonna lay down and you're gonna head on. Okay, good. And then bring your feet into a bridge, so you want them just as wide as your hips. I'll give you fist to squeeze for now. Great. Okay, so we're gonna find that tailbone and kind of root it down into the roller. Good. And then a little tuck in the chin. Nice, and then you can take some deep breaths here. Okay. And then I want you to bring, feel that little core activation because you're pushing the ribs down into the roller. Good. So from there, we're gonna bring our arms straight up, both of them. Okay. And I want you to reach your, you gotta keep yourself stable. Reach your arms up while keeping the shoulders on the back and the arms in the socket, but we still reach. Good. And then you're gonna take your arms over your head, stretching through your pecs as we keep this engaged. So you wanna drop your arms as far down as you can. Good. And then from here, think heavy hands, and you're gonna bend the elbows, keeping this rib cage hugged in. Heavy arms, maybe they can even touch the ground as you drag them, and then they straighten. Good. So let's do like 6 of those sets. Okay? Reach up and over. Visualize it lengthening here instead of moving the bones. Let the hands get heavy if they can touch down, like that. Yep, and on that side too. Good. Elbows heavy. This gets to hug. Yeah. Good. Inhale as you go up. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Exhale over the head. Heavy hand. Nice. Really slow and controlled up and over. Good. So this is your shoulder set. This is, I'm gonna call these roller arms. Okay? Good. And now from here, you can bend your arms out to the side. Good. And we're gonna let the elbows get heavy and then the hands get heavy. So we're gonna go, let's see. We're gonna go hands down, elbows down. Good. Back and forth like that, trying to keep this open and these connected. Yep. Good. Nice for 3. 2 and 1. Good. You can bring your arms long down by your side. You can push into the floor. We're going to take our tiny steps here. So your job is to lift one leg at a time without transferring your body weight side to side, keeping your hips stable. So pull the belly button to the spine, hug the ribs to the roller, press everything down into the roller. Exhale, weight one side. Yeah, good. And then bring that back down. Nice. Other side. Good. And so then bring the thigh bone to me. Yep. And then bring it back down. Same on the other side. Good. Awesome. So keep going here, and I want you to press down into the roller through the back of the shoulder blades. You can tuck the chin a little. Good. Hug the rib cage together. And our work is to really, good. The more we do this, we can move slow, steady, keeping the roller in one place by pushing your tailbone down into it as you draw those knees up. Good. So this is core work. We're opening up, we opened up the pecs and the chest. This is all, everything you need to recover from mountain biking and everything you need to do it. Good. For 5, 4, nice and slow and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, you get to put the roller to the side. And then you're going to come back into that bridge position. So lay on your back and bridge. Good. Okay, arms are along by your side. You tuck your chin slightly. Try to weight the shoulder blades down. And we're gonna take a heel slide. So, your feet are hip width distance apart, your core is set, and you are going to you're gonna, like you're pushing your leg into a sock. Your heel is gonna stay on the ground, and you're gonna exhale on the ground. And you're gonna slide your leg long to me. One leg at a time. So if you need this one, slide it all the way out. Good. And then bring it back in. And you do the other side, and this doesn't move at all. Exhale, 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 exhale. And yeah, try not to talk. Good. You have to fire here to hold your hips steady, pushing down to the back of the tailbone, slow and controlled. Draw back in for 3, 2, 1. Other side for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. 3, 2, 1. Good. Exhale as you send your leg out. So nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale as you pull it back. Nice. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. And really drag the heel on the ground. We're trying to train the psoas to lengthen and pull back as we extend the leg, okay? We want to pull the psoas back. Nice. Okay, feet on the floor, ball behind but the hips for our pelvic clock. So, back of the hips and butt crack. You want to be able to float your hips, and you're going to put your hands in a little diamond. Yep. Pubic symphysis, belly button, hip tips, right? Good. And then bring your heels under your knees for me so you have a nice stable base. Good. Yeah. And then you are going to drop your shoulder blades to the degree that you can. Nice. And now we're going to roll that pelvis. Okay, we're going to work through our pelvic clock. Good. We're going to roll to the 6. Tailbone goes up, and then tailbone goes down. Yep, up and down. And our work is so you can squeeze this, good. And the goal is to keep the femur stable, the rib cage stable, the spine isn't going up and down. We're just rolling the marble to the pubic symphysis and then to here. Got it? Okay, come back to center. Nice. Now let's roll to this side and this side. Yep, it's so tiny, good job. Yeah, heavy, 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 heavy. Yeah, so I kind of think about swishing the ball with my butt cheek, side to side. Yeah, and your work is to be able to get those hips to move without taking all this of it. Nice. Okay, come back to neutral. And we're gonna make a full circle. So bring the belly button to the, yep, and then around. Slow and controlled, really draw a nice big circle. Coming down to this side, over here, and over. 2 more. Good. And then let's reverse. So, yep. So. And then on this side, drop this down. Yep. 2 more. Good work. Nice job. Okay, so you can take that ball out from underneath you, and we're going to go ahead and bring our legs up to tabletop. So we want to keep that neutral spine. You can have a ball or you can use your roller, okay? So you have a light squeeze on it, and we're just going to send your heels forward at the same time to me. Good, and then come back. And so you'll feel your low belly right here knit on. Do you? Yeah. And so you want to move slow and controlled. knees. Let's get some internal rotation. So send your heels out to the side. Yep. And then back in. Good. Yeah, so this one might be better to do with the ball. I wasn't sure since we had the ball. We might have to just try it, but let's give 3 more internal rotation there. Are you cramping up in these guys a little bit? 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, so that's all activating, organizing. You can keep your leg. Yeah, you want to windshield wiper your legs side to side. Okay, this comes under the head, tuck the chin, and then you're going to press back into the ball for 3, 2, 1, release. Good. Again, tuck the chin and press back for 3, 2, 1, release. Round 3, press back for 3, 2, 1, release. Press back for 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, so now you're just going to let your head float on the ball. So it's almost like you can close your eyes and just relax. And then we're going to do our skull clock. So think about using your nose to make little circles. Yeah. And then go the other way, and then squeeze those inner thighs back together so you're really holding. Yep. We're just midline, so right. Other leg just in line with your hips. There you go. Okay. So now go the other way. Breathing. Good. And now let's get a nice big side to side. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. We're gonna do our breath work. So I am gonna have you could do this with the ball or the roller. So you're gonna bring the ball underneath your mid back. Like right here. Yep. And then the hands come behind the head. Yep. You're gonna go up and over. Okay. And then with your legs, I want you to try to keep them active or organized. So you don't get to turn any part of your body off. You're still pressing your heels into the floor. You're hugging in. Good. And now you're going to look up and over the ball. And then exhale, curl in. Keep those hands behind your head. You can do that. Yep. Elbows wide. And then exhale, go back. Head heavy in your hands. And then exhale, curl up, trying to press your sternum down into the ball. Good. Now reach up through the spine and over the ball as you go back. Nice. And then tuck your chin. Yep, let the rib cage lift your head, not your neck. So your head is heavy in your hands as you go back, take the elbows wide. And then exhale, curl up. So this is all deep core work. And it's gonna open up your mid back and open up those shoulders and back. Exhale, good. So we're doing a lot at once. We're working the core, keep those elbows wide, wide, wide. Yeah, head is heavy in your hand. Use your sternum and this to pull you up. Good, for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, you can relax with the ball. You can let your hands go down wherever you want to. And then just give me some big breaths into the ball. So you're trying to press your breath into the ball. onto your side for our ribcage breathing. So we're gonna give 3 to 6 breaths here, and then we're gonna do it on the other side. So if you wanna turn to the side again. Yep, and so make sure it's on your ribs, close to the armpit. Way over the ball, yes. And then knees can be bent, just because it's easy. Yep. Upper hand can be out in front or over your head. Yeah, so a yawn is exactly what we want, because when we decompress, this is almost like a bodywork session on the mat when we get to this part. Think chill, relaxed, move it into a place that feels good. And then your work is to breathe into the ball. So the ball's gonna probably push most of your inhale into this side, right? And then you're gonna exhale. Yeah, and as you do that, you're kind of really focusing on feeling expansion in the back of the rib cage, the side of the rib cage, the front. And this guy is doing a lot to open up this musculature on that side. So for your hips to feel better after a ride, we need these lat attachments up here to release. So the ball is doing that work, but it's also helping us recalibrate deep breath, which is really powerful for spinal integration. Good. Breathe. And these, they're slow, lengthy. It's like you're a cat you have all day. You're just like, do you have a cat?
Do you guys?
No. But you know how like a cat or a dog, it never seems to be rushed, and they're just like, I have all the time in the world. So I tend to think about a cat when I do that. So I'm good. One more. Okay. We're gonna sit up and flip it to the other side. Awesome. Good. So the ball is underneath the rib cage towards the shoulder blades. The ball is both giving us biofeedback for breathing wide into this rib cage, both the back, the front, the sides, yeah. And it really helps because it pushes all the air so that this side has to expand, right? We can think about those back lobes of the lungs right here. And then as we talked about the lat attachment, this lat is gonna come down into this fascia. So we wanna open up this part of your posterior rotator cuff. And so the ball is providing myofascial release there. So we are getting a lot of birds with one stone as we breathe. And this is our 360 breathing. We started with the ball behind the rib cage, doing our core curls. Then we're doing rib cage breathing side to side. Good. 3, 2. Nice work. Okay. We're gonna go onto our belly now, and that ball can come above the belly button, but below the sternum. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. You can rest your head in your hands. If you can get all the way down to the mat, that'd be great. So just kind of, yeah, exactly. And then you're going to breathe into the ball. And again, as you breathe around the ball, all of your breath pressure is being pushed into different parts of your abdomen, okay? So you want to pull your breath all the way down below the ball on your nice big inhale and exhale. Really good. If you feel any pulsing, like a firm pulse, that's your thoracic artery. So in that case, we'd only want to stay here for like 4 breaths. And then maybe we move the ball up and to the side or down lower. But the goal is that you kind of have that feedback to pull your breath down past the ball and into these places. Yeah. Good job. And then now I'm going to have you take the ball below the belly button, and it's going previous psoas reliefs. Yep. So it's below the belly button, and then you can put face down. Yeah, I always like to rest my head on my like fist, maybe? Yeah. And then if you bring your other arm out to the same, so you're kind of like, good. Or you can put your head flat on your hands. Okay, so now breathe into the ball, and this is really when your back is tight, post-ride, I'm probably gonna ask you to start here, or remember that this is a psoas release. You're breathing in and breathing out. It's putting pressure. It's kind of like a gentle myofascial release on your psoas. Does that make sense? Good. Take some breaths into this. And it's kind of like when I put my hand into your abdomen and I work on the psoas, we're pushing the psoas back to the back, right? And then we're lengthening it. And mountain biking makes it strong and short, so it usually pulls it forward and tight. So we're just doing the opposite. So this is a nice recovery, and it's a good place to come before we start doing a lot of our work. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You can pull the ball out. We're gonna stay facing down on the ground, and we're gonna start with our rocket. So, rockets are where you're going to use this band, okay? I'm going to show you. So, we're coming here, and then we're going to pull these up. And we're going to pump the arms, okay? So before we start, I'm going to have you do the shoulder shrug, and we're going to anchor these back, and we're going to lift the arms up with a little tension on the band. Et voila. Okay, and if you can put your forehead down, that's best. Good. Use it to anchor in. Okay, now lift those shoulder blades. You can let your hands be light. I just want that shoulder lift a few times. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Give me 4 more. Touch them down and pull them up. So even this just little shoulder activation is super good for you. It's not where your shoulders like to live, is it? But this is where our chest is open. It's gonna really help. Okay, hold those shoulders up like you had them. Good, that's where you want them to start. Now lift your arms up, stretch the band out to the side slightly. Yep, and those straight arms get to go up and down. Good, yep, both at the same time. You pump them up and down, push your hips down. Yep, so kind of push your hips and thighs deep into the mat, pump those arms. And if you feel ready and you want to, you can roll a marble out with your nose, look forward, tuck your chin, yep, and then pump the arms. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the chin tucked. We gotta lengthen here. Yep, there we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, you can rest, forehead down. So those, I want 3 sets of at least 5, okay? So let's go again when you're ready. And the head can stay down or you can lift it up, but the chin has to stay tucked. Make sense? Okay, so let's go for second set. Pull the shoulders into position. So first, get the shoulders in position. Then lift the arms. Tension the strap. Then you can look forward and tuck the chin. Yep, you're ready to go. And it's almost like someone's pulling this way. Yeah! Up and down, up and down, up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Good job. Deep breath in, filling up here. Third set. Shoulders set first. Good. Lift the arms up, tension the band. Look forward if you want, tuck the chin, and here we go. 5. Nice big flaps. 4, 3, 2, tuck the chin, and 1. Good job. Okay, those are your rockets, so you can put that band down to the side. Now we're gonna bring the roller here, okay? You can put your hands on it. It's gonna come under the forearms out in front of you, arms are at a V. So under the forearms, pull it forward. Yep, thumbs to the sky. Good, there we go. Okay. So, For this one, I'm gonna anchor you. It's gonna be nice. And I want you to push these hip tips, down. So your glutes are active. Now roll that marble out with your nose. So send your nose forward, tuck your chin. Try to lengthen here, push down into the arms and pull your body up on the roller. Lift your chest up off the floor, chin tucks, there we go. Good, and then send it back out. Keep the thumbs up, take a deep breath. Exhale, tiny press through the arms and a lift through the spine. Good, come down, thumbs face up, and then come on up into your swan. This is a swan, we're kind of coming up into this big back bend. Nice. And last one. Drop here, and here. Good. Nice work. Okay, that is swan. How are you doing?
Good.
I'm moving you through this fast. All right, since you're down here, we're gonna stay there. You're gonna send your arms out in front of you. All right, okay. Lift your left arm up, reach it long, lift it up from the shoulder first, pull the shoulder up and in, lift the arm up. Now lift the opposite leg up. I know. Good, so we're connecting this chain. And then switch. You can keep your forehead down on the floor for this, good. Other side. So what I'll say is, especially for the things we're trying to do with you, forehead down is really safe. So we're not cranking our neck into that same bike riding position. So let's alternate a lift and a hold for 3, 2, 1, other side for 3, 2, 1. Again. Nice. Next side. Okay. Put both hands down. You're gonna lift your legs up just like we did, and I want you to flutter kick. So toes face the floor, lift both legs up and tiny little kicks. Yep. Good, now lift your arms and flutter kick your arms. Good, and if you want to when you're ready, you can look forward and tuck your chin. This is called swimming. Swim, 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 swim. Swim, 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 swim. Yep, trying to hold it steady in the middle. Good, you're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. That's called swimming, okay? Really nice job. Come on up to standing on your knees. Okay, slide forward 2 inches. Good. So you're gonna be standing on your knees. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do. This is called thigh stretch. We have to send the hips forward really firmly. So your glutes are active, your hamstrings are active, your hips are forward. You're gonna hold this band for support. We are gonna hinge back in the knees. So there's no bend. See how my spine isn't bending? And then you press up, okay? So this will help you over time. We get to go all the way back. Such power, such strength. Wow. Such power, such strength. You need that power and strength. So little, good. And then exhale, come up. Great. If you stretch the band, it's gonna help you. Take it slow and controlled. Nice. So and then hamstrings and glutes help you lift, right? You feel that? Yeah. Okay, so go back again. You're gonna have to push through the tops of the feet, hamstrings and glutes. And it's like a plank. You're staying stacked. Good. And then we come back. Exhale to come up. Good. And you're feeling stretch and length here. Make this be the hinge. Good. So it's just the hips go back. You stay stacked. Nice. For 3, 2. We'll do this together. Yeah. That's really good what you just did. Can you keep them there? Good. Nice work. Okay, you're gonna bring this back into your rockets. You can stay standing. We're gonna do it on this plane, okay? So, same thing, pull the shoulders back. This is nice because you can see what's happening here. The default for your shoulders, just let them go. Where they kind of like to live is there, right? We're gonna strengthen this, so pull the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin. Now, stretch that band out, pump the arms, but keep pulling these back to me. Yeah, nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Yep. And at home, you can do 3 sets of 5. Got it? Yeah. Okay. How are you feeling? Good. All right. So then I'm going to give you 2 things for that tight back. Do you have a tennis ball at home? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with the roller, and then we'll move to tennis ball. And so, oh, this is perfect. It's a 30-minute session. So, actually, let's start with the ball. So I'm going to give you the tennis ball, and just so you can see yourself in the camera. So that's good. Yeah. We are going to bring our legs like this. Okay. Yeah, and hands can come behind us. You're going to lift your cheek and put the ball underneath. Lift up, and now lightly roll all the way around. And then you can go side, roll to the side. Yeah, these are called your deep hip rotators. This is what you really get to roll and release. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we're working all the way around. You'll feel the bony prominences of your femur, your ischial tuberosity, and then that side, take it to the side, drop it down. Come up out of the shoulders. Deep breaths. How you doing? Good. Okay. Now that's something you can play around with for up to like 8 minutes each side. So let's do the other side as well. We're gonna take this figure 4 position, lift the cheek, and put the ball underneath, and then we're gonna lift up. Good. Watch out for this. Lift up. So I'm gonna call it your turtle. Everybody does this. It's like, oh, we need to lift. And then you get to roll around. So start light, kind of holding most of your body weight on your foot and your hands. Yeah. And then you can find a tight spot and you drop in and breathe. So these are your underneath your glutes. They're called your deep hip rotators. And these guys, when you feel that tension in your low back, this is what you got to start releasing, okay? Good. You're going to find tiny little spots, left and right, to drop down onto. Breathing. It's too intense, right? Like in a good release kind of way. You can sashay side to side a little bit. Ooh. Nice work. Okay, I'm going to show you a low back release with the ball for your QL, alright? So, I'll show you what you're going to do. Your QL, you want to find the top of your hip, and then your spine, and you're going to put the ball right there. You're going to bring that leg back up. So let's say for me it's on my right side. Okay. You can bring your arms out to the side, and then I want you to drop your right knee over towards the floor. Your hips are going to twist, and you get to kind of breathe into that. Yep. Okay, come back, and then for you, I'm going to have you put your right foot on the floor, let your right leg drop out to the side, and then you can bring your left leg over on top of it. And if you need to, you can windshield wiper the legs so that you feel the ball right in the spine on the side. Does that make sense? you can sashay your hips over like this, like tiny drops over to the side and back to center. And the ball is working along the top band of your hip and right along the spine. Got it?
Like right on the muscle.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll show you on the side. So this whole area, here, 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 here. And so, to some degree, as you drop your legs this way, you can kind of weight into the muscle a little more. And so you can let your legs go back and forth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's get that on the other side. Yeah. And so the QL, it attaches here to here. So this whole area. Yep. And you just want to get the ball into it, and then when you twist your legs, it's almost like instead of just pushing the muscle into the back, now we're coming into the side of the muscle. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And you can, so the glute release I just showed you, the deep hip rotator release, and this release are probably the first things you could do after a ride. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you two more with the roller that you can do after a ride. If you're having a hard time finding it or feeling it, make sure you take that left leg into a figure four to start. It'll help you find a QL. And then if you drop it over, it's going to be more intense.
Yeah, can't even drop it under.
On that side. So that's going to also be helpful. This is where it gets to be that Goldilocks I was saying, where you're going to have to, now you get to kind of attune to where the tension is in your body and use the tools to release it. So this side is going to need a little bit more. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. And so this is going to be probably more effective than simply stretching.
Yeah.
Is this myofascial release with a tennis ball on the low back and the glutes. Got it? Okay. I'm going to show you TFL, which is, we did here, we did here, now we have to do here, here. So what it looks like is you can turn to the side. You have to find like the side of your hip where your side pocket is. Right? It's above your IT band. Yep, and then you roll onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can just hold, and then over time you can lift the leg up. When you have a really healthy TFL. Yeah. So.
How the heck?
I know! Yeah, and you can roll back and forth. So this one is pretty intuitive, these ball rollers. You want to find the tension spots and release them. But for your low back to release, we need the deep hip rotators, where we started, the QL, and then this TFL. And we started with the psoas release with the ball. Okay? So that's TFL. Now let's get TFL, or now let's get psoas with the ball. So you're gonna find your hip tip. Yeah, you know how?
Yeah.
Hip tip, and then below it. Okay, good. So you already know this one?
Yeah.
Perfect. And if that isn't enough, you can put your hand underneath the ball to get it a little deeper. Or you can bend your knee bend your knee. Just the leg that the ball is under. Yeah. And then for even more, you can lift that leg straight up. Okay, good. Okay, let's get the TFL on the other side. Are these part of the stretching that you're already doing at home?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll get TFL, you know this release.
There's like one right here.
That's the top of your hip flexor, so rectus femoris attachment.
Okay.
Quads, that works too. Yep. Nice work. Cool. So that's your release program, and you can do the last few moves we saw. Now you're gonna take your roller, and you get to come into your side bend here.
I find myself when I would ride for like, when I'm normally riding, it's like 10 to 15 hours a week.
Yep.
And I would try to get on my bike and I'd cramp up here like every time.
Yep. Yeah, and so there's just so much tension in the system. I mean, they're strong, right? But they also cramp up. So this is how we're gonna start to avoid the cramps, is by all those tennis ball releases, and then you just breathe into the roller here. Good job. And then you can start to roll down onto the hip tip. And then what I want you to be doing once you're here and you have it is a little leg lifts and bicycles. Because what we want to train the tissue to do is, like, you need to be bicycling, right?
Yeah.
These guys need to know how to move, release while being moved. So you can bring it down a little towards, a little lower on your hip, and then go both ways with your bicycle. And up and down. So the more movement you can bring in while you're myofascial releasing, the better. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give that a go on the other side. Yeah, and so this is where, when you were saying your back is really tight, this gives me, I'm getting into psoas and QL at the same time. We're releasing kind of that rib cage. You can breathe. If you want to use a pillow at home, you can. Same kind of thing in this release. We're just kind of breathing into it. So everything we did up until swimming, thigh stretch, chest opener, swimming, that's the end of like that one you can do multiple times too. That's just more of like a spine strengthening and aligning. And then the last 15 minutes we just did is more of I just did a bike ride. Yep, so bring your hip up onto it. Yep, good. I just did a big bike ride, and now I'm gonna give myself my active recovery or my active release. Yep, so you're gonna bicycle that leg forward. Yeah, sure. And the tail can come down. Good. So we're bicycling that leg. Now that I've recorded this, I have to figure out how to get it too. Are you that smart? Like, somebody here has to know.
Yeah, I think you got it.
And then the other way. Yeah. Make it, go for the full range, like make it a full pedal strike. Yeah. Take your body through the movement you're gonna be asking it to. All the way, good. All the way, good. All the way. And then lift it up and down. Awesome. Did we do the foot release at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the foot release?
You're just gonna stand on it?
No, I'm gonna get you a special ball for that. Okay, so I think we're good.